Yo, what's up, everybody? NFL updates here, and welcome to NFL Offseason Podcast Day 2. We have a lot of stuff to go over and a lot of big news, so let's jump right into it. So before we get into any of the trades and signings, we're going to appreciate Matt Ryan for donating $100,000 to the coronavirus. Much respect to you, and yeah, let's get into the trades and signings. First off, we have the Bears signing pass rusher Robert Quinn to a 5-year, $70 million deal. They seem to be trying to add someone else to help Khalil Mack. And yeah, $7 million for 5 years. And we'll see how he does next year. The Carolina Panthers have given Cam Newton permission to test out free agency and to see if anyone wants to pick him up. And they also brought in Teddy Bridgewater, so they might be hinting at they want to replace him. So I definitely feel like his career is over in Carolina. The Saints have re-signed Drew Brees to a 2-year, $50 million deal. I definitely believe he's going to make it to the playoffs, if not the Super Bowl, within one of those 2 years. And yeah, see how he does next. Tom Brady officially left the Patriots today and said he was not signing with them again. And hours later, the Buccaneers signed him for roughly $30 million. And yeah, we'll see how he does in Tampa Bay. And yeah. The San Francisco 49ers are giving Jimmy Ward $28.5 million for 3 years. I haven't really seen much from him or anything about him, but they gave him $28.5 million for a 3-year deal, and we'll see how he does next year. The Giants have signed linebacker Blake Martinez to a 3-year, $30 million deal. I have also not seen much on this guy or don't really know anything about him, but we will see how he does with the Giants next year. The Houston Texans have re-signed backup QB A.J. McCarron to a 1-year, $4 million deal with $3.75 million guaranteed. I've seen him play with the Bengals a long time ago, and he was all right, so we'll see how he does if the Texans need him this year. The Lions are releasing linebacker Devin Kenyon. Not sure why, but they are releasing him, and yeah, that's all I know about it. Teddy Bridgewater has signed with the Carolina Panthers. As I said earlier in the video, they might be hinting at getting rid of Cam Newton, but I am very surprised that the Saints decided to let go of him, especially if Brees decides to quit early, because they do not have like an actual backup quarterback at this current moment other than Hill. So this came as a shock to me and probably many others. But yeah, Teddy Bridgewater is signed with the Panthers, and the details of his contract has not been released yet. As soon as it is, I will give you guys an update about it. And yeah. The Raiders have signed linebacker Corey Littleton to a 3-year, $36 million deal. I have not seen much on this guy or much gameplay from him, but we will see how he does with the Raiders, as the Broncos have to go up against them twice a year. And we'll probably see how he does then. But it seems like the Raiders are definitely stacking up this offseason, which they got Mariota yesterday and now Corey Littleton today. And we'll see how the rest of this offseason plays out with them. The Colts have signed Phillip Rivers to a 1-year, $25 million deal. This kind of came as a surprise to me, and I guarantee a lot of other people, because no teams were really showing interest in him that I knew about, at least. And I knew he was not going to play for the Chargers anymore, but I definitely didn't expect the Colts to sign him. So now we'll see how he does with them, and yeah. The Chargers have signed right tackle Brian Beluga to a 3-year, $30 million deal. Seems like whichever quarterback they bring in to help, they're trying to get an O-line to protect him. And yeah, we'll see how he does next year against the Broncos pass rushers. And yeah. The Raiders have signed tight end Jason Witten. The details of his contract have not been released that I know of. And when they are, I will give them to you guys and update you guys about it. But yeah, I don't expect Witten to be playing long. But while he is playing, he will be with the Raiders. And we'll see how he does next year against the Broncos secondary. And yeah. Fullback Derek Watt is going to be signing with the Steelers. Now, him and his brother TJ Watt are going to be on the same team, and I guarantee that's going to be a fun time for both of them. And yeah, we'll see how he does next year being on the offense with Big Ben, if he's back by that time. The Bengals are signing cornerback Trey Waynes to a 3-year, $42 million deal. I've not seen much gameplay from this guy and haven't heard much from him. I know the Broncos played the Vikings once last year. I didn't hear his name, at least not that I remember. But we will see how he does with the Bengals and hopefully helps the Bengals secondary, and maybe they can make a comeback within the next couple of years. The Denver Broncos have franchise tagged Justin Simmons. I know all my Broncos fans and people that watch my videos are very happy about this because he had such a good year last year and somehow didn't make the Pro Bowl. In my opinion, he was snubbed very bad. But I hope he has many more great years, and I hope we bring in more people to assist him as we're getting rid of Chris Harris Jr. So we'll see how he does next year. Linebacker Thomas Davis is signing with the Redskins. The details of his contract have not been released yet, and when they do, I will be sure to update you guys about it either on TikTok or in another podcast. And yeah, we'll see how he does with the Redskins. And finally, we have Derrick Henry being franchise tagged by the Titans. He had such a crazy good playoff run, and I expect to see that again during the regular season and playoffs because I believe they will make it again. And looking forward to watching this beast play even more next year.